Julie Goodwin is a 38-year-old mother of 3. How will she fare with some good old-fashioned home cooking?
I'm doing a roast lamb rump with garlic mash and a red wine sauce.
Julie, are you a woman under pressure?
Yes.
You've still got a smile. What kind of cook are you?
Big comfort foodie type things. I put my heart into it because I'm cooking for my kids usually, my friends, my family, cooking for the people I love, so I cook with love. I actually came here instead of taking my oldest son to his first day of high school, so now I've got to make it worthwhile. Got to make it worthwhile.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good. Deep breath.
They have a knife in there, don't they?
I think you're ready. You are ready, OK?
Yep, I'm ready, I'm ready.
Everyone's behind you. Off you go.
Hello.
Hi, Julie. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm really, really excited to the point of terror.
Right. Gonna unload your stuff and start cooking?
Yep, I'm going to carve and plate for you and just reheat my sauce.
So, why MasterChef?
I'd like to be good fast food, that people can come in, take home a beautifully cooked, fresh food, family meal, put it on their table, and it's home-cooked food. It just wasn't cooked in the home it's served in.
Lamb and mash. That's just a little bit undercooked, I think. But the lamb's nice. It could do with a bit more seasoning for me, a bit more salt.
This is excruciating.
Come here. Give me a hug, because that is fantastic.
Oh, my God.
Lovely. Really good. I've been looking for someone to do that sort of dish the whole time. Real home cooking that tastes of food and flavour. So really well done.
Thank you so much.
Well, the verdict.
Well, look, I'll go first, because really... I think you know what I'm going to say. That's
I know what you're going to say.
That's a monster yes from me. I love it. Really good. Really good.
I think I'm going to love you, and I want you to be in Sydney.
Really?
Yeah.
Then it's a yes for me. You're going through to Sydney. To the semi-finals. Well done. 1 of 50.
Thank you so much.
And who thought on the back of lamb and mash?
Excellent.
You've made my day.
It's not us, it's you.
Oh,
just remember that.
G'day, guys. It's good to be here.
MasterChef Kitchen.
Mate, you look oddly familiar for some bizarre reason. Have we seen you on the telly before?
Bit of golf in the past.
Who did you play against and who have you beaten?
I played with Tiger a couple of times, which was fantastic. Beat him in '97, so he was only young. But at the same time, beat him. Not many guys can say that.
Sorry to interrupt. I mean, do you need this?
Do I need this?
Yeah, do you need this? I mean, did you earn enough money through your pro career to put you into retirement?
Oh, not at all. No, that's why I've opened a cafe. You know, I won the Greg Norman in 2000, which was my biggest win. And it was financially very good for me. I walked away a month later and said, look, down the track, I'll own a restaurant and I'll start with a cafe and then I'll go to a restaurant. I mean, this is part of my dream. This is part of my journey. This is what I want. Now, I've still got things to achieve. Yeah,
all right.
Absolutely.
One thing that strikes me is obviously golf is a very methodical and it's a slow game. Cooking is a fast game.
Let's shake it along.
OK. What are you actually cooking? Can you tell us what you're cooking?
Chili mud crab.
Yep.
Some people call it Singapore chili mud crab.
Hope it's good. Love Singapore chili mud crab. It's one of my favourites.
It's probably one of my favourite things to cook.
Well, if you're cooking it, I tell you better get a move on.
OK, sorry.
You're going to run out of time and we'll be kicking you out of here.
OK, rightio.
So you got ginger, chili...
Ginger, chili.
So you're making yourself up a paste in the pestle and mortar? That wok getting nice and hot?
Yes, hopefully.
Mate, I tell you, I'm going to be kicking you out of here and you're not going to be cooking anything.
Sorry.
What's that you put in just then?
This is a tomato-based sauce. It's got palm sugar, limes, black bean sauce, a little bit of tomato sauce.
The tomato sauce you put on pies type tomato sauce, yeah?
Look, I've tried to cook it without it. I've tried to duplicate it, and to be honest, it doesn't taste as good. So
it's an essential part of a true Singapore chili crab is a splash of
it is?
Of sauce.
Okay, well, that's good.
Gotta have it.
And there you go, guys. My Singapore chili mud crab.
This is, let's be honest, this is how you do it.
Main thing is, do you like it?
Good. That's what it's about.
Oh, good. It's a bonus.
It's going to be interesting with George.
It's going to be very interesting.
Because George is not a chili man, are you, George?
No, at least my shirt, it blends in.
That's good. That's an enjoyment sound.
You know, it's tricky because, you know, you picked a dish that Gary and I really love and that we've tried lots of versions of it.
I like you're really humble, you know, even though you've achieved some fantastic things, you've been on the world stage. And I think that's an amazing quality in a human. And for me, it's a yes.
Oh, thank you very much.
But I sat in Darwin and had that same dish 2 months ago and paid $65 for it, and your version kicked the arse of that expensive restaurant. So I'm going to say very solidly, you're a yes to me, yeah?
Thank you.
Wow.
Wow.
High praise indeed. I've eaten some really nice chili crab. I just want to eat, I'd eat the whole lot, mate. I would eat the whole lot. So based on the dish, regardless of anything else, it's a massive yes. So, well done. From professional golfer to amateur MasterChef, really, isn't it?
Congratulations. Oh, thank you.
I'm tired, nervous, and suddenly all after nothing. It's just suddenly all happening.
23-year-old Julia Jenkins has a lot riding on MasterChef.
Basically, I just quit my job. I really wanted to just move into the food industry. I made a very big and a very scary step.
Yeah, I am a little nervous for her. Yeah. I hope she goes well. Yeah. She's very passionate about food, so...
So, today I'm cooking a roasted tomato caponetti. That's a filled pasta. And I'm also making a dessert. And this is a baked ricotta pudding.
Good luck, darling.
And where did this recipe come from?
I just was inspired by the sort of the flavours of summer.
What's inside the zucchini flour?
It's a little bit of herb ricotta.
What would it mean for you to go next round?
It would just, it would be the world. I don't think I've wanted anything as much as I've wanted this before. Like,
How do you feel if you don't get anywhere?
I'd feel pretty gutted. But
George, did you have a second mouthful?
I think he's gone for a third.
The problem I have is you talk the talk, but I've not seen any kind of mad dog feralness that kind of really great chefs need to have. I mean, is that inside you?
Oh, yeah. The hunger to learn more is just... it's there.
Ooh, it's a tough one.
I'm still not getting the drive. I don't really get a sense of what's there, like what's really in here.
I don't know, I find when I'm talking about food or I'm cooking food, I feel really elated. Like, one of the times in your life when you just feel really, really happy. You sort of, like, I tune out of everything else. It's how I calm down, it's how I amp up, it's how it's just everything.
Your parents supportive?
Very, yeah. My mum's here.
Can I meet you, Mum?
Yeah, sure. Go grab her.
Mum? What's your name, Mum?
Hi, Carol.
Carol.
Hi,
Yes,
Mum. How
hi.
are you?
Hi.
I wanted to meet you because I think it's a bit of a unanimous decision. And the decision is? You're going to Sydney.
Back in Sydney. The semi-finals and the top 50.
Thank you so much.
Well done. I know, come on, give me a hug.
Right. Gentlemen, how are you?
Andre, how are you, mate?
That's good. How's things?
Yeah, OK. Right, mate, press on then. Let's go. Chop, chop.
Now, the dish is... It's a polpetti, it's a meatball, it's Milanese. It's wrapped in a lettuce leaf. And on a bed of grilled polenta. What I did last night, I didn't know what I was going to do. I stuffed the truffle into the polenta. It only had 24 hours to infuse. I've never done it before.
Can I stop you? Can you just slow down? Is it going to spoil if it stays in that pan?
No, it's
not going to spoil?
Yeah, it's fine.
Just leave it alone, just for a second.
Yep.
Let's just have a conversation. Is this you? Are you a little nervous?
I'm absolutely wired right now.
Obviously, you're very passionate. Maybe you can just explain that a bit.
I want to become a complete cook or chef. I know the principles of cooking.
Yeah.
Where I've gone wrong here, I can tell you right now. I want to have a more refined palate.
You've redeemed yourself slightly. We've slowed you down. Pop it on a plate. So.
Great dish. Really, really good dish.
Thank you.
Thank God we've got a dish here in Adelaide that is good, yeah? Fantastic. Well done.
Yep. From a cooking point of view, it's an absolute definite yes for me. I want you to go to the next stage. I think you can go all the way. I think you could be the winner if you put your mind to it.
Yep.
So, Gents, great job. Looking forward to seeing you in Sydney.
Yeah, thank you. Cheers.
Adelaide has recovered itself. We have had a good meal. Thank goodness.
Hallelujah!
So I'm going to give them something pretty challenging, really, because it's definitely acquired taste and texture.
So it's like a gnocchi, that's what I was thinking,
Yeah, it is,
like a small...
but it has a much springier texture. I can almost guarantee you none of the three of those judges would have tried this dish ever. Hello.
Oh, you're back.
I'm back. Here it is.
So we're going to go up?
Let's go up.
So these are the abacus beets. It's made out of fresh yam.
That is singularly the best dish we've had.
Yeah.
That's the sort of dish that I've really hoped that we'd find in this competition. So, what are you making?
I've made a potato gnocchi, and I'm actually serving with burnt butter and sage.
Gee, gnocchi, it's probably the bravest dish that you could bring in because it's such a hard dish to get right, yeah? This is potato gnocchi, yeah?
Yes, yes.
How did you cook the potatoes before making the gnocchi?
Well, in the microwave. I've just put it in for 5 minutes.
So who are your cooking heroes? Who are your culinary heroes?
You are.
So what? Why do you like George?
Why do I like George?
Why do you like George?
Is it my good looks?
No, well, yeah, apart from your good looks.
OK.
All right, we're going to taste.
All righty.
He gives you nothing. Nothing.
He didn't say anything.
He gives you nothing. That's pretty darn impressive, I've got to say.
Thank you. George.
You understand technique, and, you know, there's Michelin star restaurants around the world that use microwaves to cook in. For me, a little bit too much garlicky, it's just a personal thing. But anyway, you know, what do you do? That's life.
Look, it's an absolute yes for me. I think really good. Well done.
Thank you.
I think from both of us, sadly, we're going to have to say yes.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. George, dearie me here.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I feel slightly uncomfortable.
Sorry. I thought you were going to say no. Thank you so much.
So I hear you've had a long drive, is that right? Where are you from?
Definitely, Mission Beach.
Mission Beach.
Wow.
What are you going to cook for us?
Strawberry and lime, sweet chili coral trout.
Strawberry lime.
Yep, sweet chili coral trout.
Let's go. You've got to convince me on this one.
Spear caught. Spear caught.
So you caught this yourself? You didn't buy it from Fishmonger?
Sure did.
So where did this recipe come from?
The back of my forehead, basically. Something simple. It's coral trout.
Yeah.
It sells itself.
Yeah.
Don't have to do much to coral trout.
So tell me about your family situation. You got kids, wife?
My wife and a son. And my wife wasn't given long to live, and she sort of. It's a bit hard for me to say. Sorry.
No, that's all right.
Did she have a terminal illness? Did you say?
Well, according to modern day science, she did.
Yeah.
They did everything they could for her, and still.
What was it? Was it a
cancer, and I proposed to her, took her away, and we came back 3 months later. On our wedding day, she told me the doctor had rang her up the day before, said, "You've got the all clear, we can't find anything wrong."
Alrighty. You all right?
Yeah, I'm nervous. Depending on this how it goes, depends on how the rest of my life goes.
So you're saying, like, is this like the turning point to your life?
Definitely. I've been a labourer my whole life. I've worked for other people at things I don't love doing, and I love doing this. And if I happen to go to Sydney, then it's going to give me the confidence. Either way, I feel really good about myself.
Everyone deserves to feel good about themselves, you know? That's good. OK.
Obviously, you've driven down from bloody, you know, Mission Beach. That's a big commitment, you know?
Yeah.
I just don't know.
What's interesting about the dish is you haven't boiled the rice up. The strawberries are a little bit weird, but I think you've actually got a bit of a palate. Obviously, your knife skills are good, which is another big plus. It's a yes from me.
Awesome.
You know, my head chef for the press club, he came to me, you know, 5.5 years ago, and he couldn't peel a tomato. But I gave him a chance. You know, 6 months ago, he was awarded Young Chef of the Year. I can teach you how to cook a piece of fish. If you're dedicated and you're going to be disciplined and, you know, head down, bum up, it's a yes from me.
OK. MasterChef's greatest long shot, Jared. You going
awesome.
to Sydney, mate.
Beautiful. Thank you guys so much.
Yep.
Thank you.
Well done. Let's hope you can pull the stops out, mate. Yeah.
Do it round and do it up in front of you. Looks pretty good on you.
Thanks, Jared. Looking forward to seeing you in Sydney.
You will. I'll be there.
He's either going to go one way or the other, and let's hope that this chance that we're giving him is going to work for him.
Yeah.
So we got the family. We've got the Litton family. Is it Litton
Got my sister
family?
in, Melissa. AK Nonna.
Why AK Nonna?
Because I've been making pasta de nonna.
Right, OK then.
I've made tortellini with sage butter sauce.
So Zach, who's a better cook?
We're both very different styles of cooking. Melissa, I would say, is more intricate, more delicate. I'm more explosion, inventive, visionary. I'll get in the kitchen not knowing what I'm about to do and just go for it.
What do you love about her cooking?
Well, one thing I always love is just that plain, simple food.
Plain, simple food?
No, because it's delicate. It's plain and simple.
Plain, simple. There's
delicate.
nothing wrong with plain, simple,
And it just
Melissa.
brings that light subtlety through. So what she's done today is just that light, subtle flavour.
We've got 2 dishes, brother and sister. Explain to me what we've got here. We've got duck.
Yes, I've got a stuffed rolled duck with my gobble-gobble stuffing. With...
OK, and what do we got here?
Bug and sage tortellini.
You know, what I'm looking for in a good tortellini is the pasta nice and thin. It shouldn't be like a dim sim, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's got to be nice and thin, nice and delicate.
What should we start with?
Start with the...
tortellini?
Tortellini, yeah.
I think it's not the best tortellini I've ever tasted. It's not. But it's pleasant.
You've rolled out the pasta really well, and it's a lovely technique to know. There's not many people that know how to make pasta dough, let alone roll it out. So well done. Pretty good job.
Your food is my sort of food. Absolutely 100%. It's a really beautiful, simple, clean dish.
Are you good enough to go through to the next level? That's the question.
Now, Zach, if we asked which one of you should go through, what would you say?
If there's only one position going and you're going between the two of us, I'd say to take her. Let her rip. I'm good at what I do, and whatever I do, I'll fall well.
You're getting upset.
I actually never expected Zach to say that. Yeah, it's like I'm really touched.
The dish is definitely good enough to go through for me.
It's a yes from me.
From me, it's a yes.
So you're through. You're through to the next round. Zach, I'm sorry.
Give her a hug, mate.
Give her a hug. Go on, give me a touch.
You should do the honours. A combatant.
Number 1. Here we go.
And wish you luck.
Well done. Well done.
Fantastic.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, thank you. Now, guys, what I have made for you today is I have made a penne in a zucchini flour and sort of lemon zest. I suppose it's almost like a dressing.
What do you do with yourself?
I'm a law student.
Why are you doing law and not cooking? Obviously, you love your food.
My mum always convinced me that, you know, go get your degree, then you can do whatever it is that makes you happy. So that's what I'm doing, and sort of practice my cooking in the meantime.
So you want to open up a restaurant? You want to be a chef? What is it that you want to do?
I would love to open a patisserie. I'd love to be a pastry chef.
So why aren't you giving us a dessert today?
I am giving you a dessert as well.
As well?
That's my hidden surprise, boy.
You need to moto. You need to moto. What have you got there?
We have one banana tart tartan.
Let's go.
All right,
let's taste
ready to go.
My pleasure.
I have to try this.
It's the first thing I've enjoyed all day. Well done.
That's great to hear.
First thing I've enjoyed all day.
It's a really nice, simple, clean dish.
You know what this thing is? It's an apron with the MasterChef logo on it. This is where it begins.
Oh,
so
thank you
congratulations.
so much. Thank you.
Well done.
Thank
and we
you
look
so
forward
much,
to seeing you in
guys. I'm
Sydney.
so pleased.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
You deserve it.
Yeah.
Well done. It's a long, painful walk, isn't it?
Through here?
From the door, yeah.
Wasn't that bad.
Yeah, okay.
Brilliant.
Right, come on, smart ass.
Yeah.
Get all that stuff on the bench. So tell us, what are you cooking?
This is something I made myself. It's sort of inspired by chili mussels, but it's got shallots, leek, cherry tomatoes with a wine and stock broth sort of thing.
Have you cut your finger?
Yeah, but I'm right.
You taking the top off it?
No, just a chunk out of the side.
Just a chunk out of the side.
I'll be right. I can just put it in this and cook it.
No, hang on. Just relax. We'll fix
Nurse
it.
George.
You'll be able to move on. Calm down. Take a deep breath. Yeah. Relax. Hang on. No, I'm not finished yet.
Yeah.
George, is the rest of the finger in the parsley?
Hey?
I'll get rid of that parsley.
Yeah, there it is.
Let's have a look.
We've got the top of the finger.
Nice.
There it is. Let me chop it for you, because I don't want you to cut your finger off again.
Tell us about that soup you've got on. What's in it?
Julienne, some leek.
Yeah.
Brunoise, some shallots, and just quartered some cherry tomatoes, sautéed them, sweated them off. Then I added...
Only joking.
Let's hope it tastes as nice as you talk, yeah? Smells good. I like it. Some good thought. You're a young man, you know. Some good. I couldn't cook like that at your age. No way.
You know what? I'm glad you chopped your finger, because you're going to chop loads more. You're going to burn loads of hands. It's going to be intense, yeah?
Thank you.
You going to Sydney, mate, from me?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. It's a fait d'accompli, as they say. Yeah. Really, really good. We're very, very, very pleased to have you on board. Fantastic.
Tell us what you're doing.
Went down to my butcher and I said, well, have you got a nice lamb rack for me? So Max, my butcher, grabbed me out a nice lamb rack, and that's what I decided to do, a lamb cacciatore. I'm just going to season the lamb before I chuck it in the pan, just so that it's actually got a little bit of flavour to it.
Yeah, never going to cook in time.
I have actually made one earlier.
Thank goodness.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you what I did, and then I'm going to swap it out for the sauce.
So did we ask what the dream was? Are we going to open a restaurant, a cafe?
I want to be a celebrity chef. I want your bloke's job.
Oh. You did say that Submariners were a bit weird.
Well, we are a bit weird, but what do you do?
Let's pop this up. Nice bit of meat.
Thank you, sir.
Sauce is not bad. You know, it's a bit clumsy, but it's not bad. Not bad.
I think this is nice. If you just draw a line there, because that there's just, yeah, it's not good.
That's great. Thank you.
You know what, though? I want to find out, are you pulling out plonker? I mean, are you for real?
I would love to open a restaurant that serves good, wholesome, home-style food to the public. With me and my wife, side by side, you know, just serving the general public and feeding people. That's what I want to do.
Yeah. What do you reckon?
You're a yes for me.
Thank you.
And
oh, yeah, I'm a yes, for sure.
Nice one!
Byron, quick as you can, please, and tell us what you're going to cook.
OK, I'm doing a seared Canadian sea scallop with sphericated pea.
So you're a bit of a fan of techno-emotional modern cuisine, are you?
At the end of the day, there's no new fish jumping out of the sea. We're not, you know, there's no new herbs that people are growing. So, you know, this is the way of redefining textures, putting new flavours together, and just being out there and courageous.
What you're basically doing there is you've taken a load of peas, which are round in the first place, and you've essentially made them into a puree, and then you're making them back into a pea, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's a different texture to a pea. This is a burst of flavour. It's not a pea in its essence.
It is, and the people at home will be saying, I just don't get that.
Yeah, I really just wanted to try and be different.
Okay, let's taste it, and we'll see what it's like. To be honest, what I get there is little spheres of peas that don't taste as nice as peas.
The problem with this food is it's very, very, very easy for it to be wanky. The whole essence is not about doing something spectacular and foamy and wow. It's about taking something and highlighting the flavour of the central ingredient. Having said that, for a 21-year-old kid to cook that sort of food and to cook a dish like that at that level is fantastic.
From my point of view, you've presented an interesting dish. If you can temper a little bit of this need to show off this way and concentrate on some basics, then I think you'll do well. So from me, I'd like to see you in Sydney. It's a yes from me.
Thank you.
I'm really impressed about what you know. And I do want you to come to Sydney, but head down, bum up. So it's a yes from me.
This country has yet to really embrace this style of food, and that's a concern. But that's a yes from me.
Cheers, thank you.
So you're going to Sydney?
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Look, you've impressed us enough to go, so well done.
Thanks.
1 of 50. What a chance,
yeah.
huh?
Well, I'm nearly in tears. I'm so happy.
It's OK, you can cry.
Yeah, it's like... speechless.
You all right?
Yeah.
Come on, do your apron up, and I'll give you a hand to pack down, yeah?
Shit.
Well done.
Hi, Sarah, welcome.
Hey.
Congratulations on making it this far.
Thank you so much. I'm out to prove that vegetarian food can taste good because I'm vegetarian.
So what did you do?
So what I
Go
did,
step by step.
roasted some beetroots up. I used kind of rolly rice rather than arborio because I find that it holds its shape a bit better.
Good decision.
I chose to use the goat's cheese and the walnuts, partly because I really like contrasting textures.
You've obviously spent some time thinking about flavours. Can you talk about your relationship with food?
Well, I actually had an eating disorder, anorexia, and it took a fair chunk of my life away from me. I know it's going to sound really weird, but my eating disorder has actually helped me become a better cook. When you go without something for a long time, you really, really love it when you get it back.
When you first discussed the dish, I was excited by it. I'm not actually really excited now because I hate moulded rice. It's nice. It's nice.
It's a classic combination. There's no two ways about it.
Everything's right for me. You know, the fundamental flavours are there.
What really impressed me is your understanding of texture, and it's a thing that so many chefs forget about.
You're in it for me.
Really?
You know, I think there's something there. You're a yes for me.
You want to do the honours?
Thank you so much.
There you go.
So we look forward to seeing you in Sydney.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Linda.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
What's the dish you've got on the...
Today I've got a rice pudding, a blueberry rice pudding with violet reduction.
But you're obviously very lucky. You can travel. You know. I'm not really sure what you want to get out of this. What's a great achievement of yours?
I competed in a beauty pageant contest last year. My mother was diagnosed with breast cancer. I was dealing with that. I managed to get up on stage in front of 4 million people, and I managed to win Miss Congeniality. For me, that was, you know, it wasn't for anyone else.
That's been really hard with your mother going through.
And, you know, It's really, really difficult, but I do it for the people I love, and I do it for myself because I know I have that passion.
She's good now? She's getting better?
Yeah, she's all right.
So let's have a look at this dish. It's a blueberry rice pudding.
Yes.
With a violet dust.
Yes.
We talk a lot about how food looks, and this is, I think, probably the first dish that looks like it's come out of a proper European Michelin-starred restaurant, and that's fantastic.
So you've got little shortbreads.
Yes.
And what's this?
This is the violet powder, crystallized violets.
Yep.
That I've candied myself.
Are you pulling my leg?
No, no, certainly not.
Listen, what I'm imagining in Sydney is these 50 great people that are passionate, that are driven. They'll be sweating, they'll be crying, they'll be laughing. Are you able to tick all those?
Yes, 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 yes.
You're in it for me.
Yep, you're in it for me.
Yep, for me as well, then.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm gonna go. Thank you.
G'day, guys.
Good afternoon, how are you? So what are you cooking for us today?
Today, I'm doing an aglio olio with pancetta, rughetta, cherry tomatoes, and finished off with some grana padano on top.
Why do you want to do this? What's MasterChef Australia going to do for you?
MasterChef, for me, is going to enable me to introduce food into my wine store. That's my whole ambition in life, is to do that. And
you see yourself doing the cooking?
Yeah, I can.
Who's going to run the wine business?
Well, I've spoken with my wife. She's actually, we've actually got the similar passions. Similar passions. We cook a lot together.
You sound like you're a team. Is she fully supportive of you?
She is, yes.
It's smelling very good, I've got to say, even over here.
I'd be happy in a little cafe eating that. No problem at all.
Thank you.
I'm just, you know, the wife, husband team, you know, it's, I'm not sure. Who really is the cook? Is she here today, by the way?
She is, yeah.
She is? Go and get her, go on, bring her in. What do you reckon? You reckon he's the cook or you reckon she's the cook? But it's him, he's the one that stuck his hand up in the air and said, oh, I want to do this.
And will he be as good a cook without his wife around?
Guys, this is my wife, Tamara.
Tamara, nice to meet you.
You too, nice to meet you.
We're just trying to figure, maybe it's just my suspicious mind. It's a very, very simple dish. The two of you love to cook and to, you know, all the rest of it.
We do. I know that food's always been his passion and it's actually both our passion, but at the end of the day, he's doing it for us. And if he was to succeed, maybe our dreams will come true.
Tamara, do you want to just come over here so we can ask? There's nowhere to hide with a dish as simple as that. There's also a real shortage of properly cooked pasta, and that spaghetti alla carbonara is impeccably cooked. Well, I reckon it's a yes from me.
I like the idea of it. I'm just not sure in terms of the depth of knowledge there, and also the, you know, your resilience and strength away from the family. But I like it, so it's a yes. It's a yes from me.
It's a yes from me.
Tamara, I think you should probably do the honours.
Don't forget, over 7,000 people applied for this. 50 of you going through to Sydney.
Congratulations.
I'm hosting a little dinner party here in the restaurant. I've invited 4 of the elder statesmen Australia's culinary industry, who together have over 175 years of experience shaping how we as Australians eat. And I want the 5 of you to cook for us.
In the morning, you will be given $100 each, and you'll have 15 minutes at Coles supermarket to shop for your ingredients. Hi. You will then have 1 hour to make a dish you think will impress our VIP guests.
Your time starts now.
Number 3.
If you're listening to this, you have 7.5 minutes to go to get all your shopping.
7.5 minutes.
Let's go, guys. Chop, chop.
Okay, duck.
Today I'm cooking a main, which is the duck breast with an agua sauce and some carrots.
They got duck breast. I think I got everything.
You got everything, did you? Come on,
I think I did.
Go.
I don't know how much. I think that's everything.
Let's go.
I do
Got
have
$13.20 change. Brilliant.
So everything's paid for. I've got all the ingredients. At this stage, it's looking good. I'm just really eager to get back to the kitchen and start cooking.
Before you get cooking, you'll get to find out exactly who those guest judges are.
We see these 4 very, very special guests. Margaret Fulton, Armando Pacoco, Jacques Raymond and Chong Yu.
Oh my God. The dish I'm making today is sort of a play on the duck à l'orange with that sweet and salty sauce that breaks through the fat of the duck.
Just roughly chopping onions, celery, other bits of aromats. Putting that in with my beef stock and then letting that simmer for a little bit just to get extra flavour, I guess.
There's just so many bits and pieces that need to be done.
Justine,
hey.
You're looking intense. You've got that kitchen stare about you. I love it. What's going on? What's the dish?
I'm going to do some duck breast with an agua dulce sauce. That's just some stock that I've infused with some celery and some thyme. And then I'm going to do some celery puree. I've got some Brussels sprouts, and I've also got a little tatin of echallots, which is going to be caramelised. Okay. And I've also got some little carrots, which I'm going to do.
Wow. Okay. There's a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah, a lot going on.
There's a lot of stuff happening.
I'm really worried I have too many elements to the dish that I want to cook today. There's a lot going on.
Sorry, I'm a bit all over the place at the moment. I'm just thinking that clock keeps getting faster and faster every time.
Sometimes I can be a little bit unrealistic on what I can do in an hour.
What do you think Jacques will think of your French
I'm really
classic?
scared that Jacques here.
All right, Justine, won't hold you up anymore.
Thank you very much. I'm just up to making the pastry, then I'm going straight onto the duck.
That half an hour was the fastest half an hour that's ever happened.
It's Justine, biting a lot off here. I think she's doing too much.
It feels like she's trying to do everything.
I'm going to brown him on a high heat, then I'm going to turn it down. I want the skin to render quite a lot. Turn it over really quickly, chuck it in the oven.
Duck can be really risky to work with because you need to render that fat down and have a crispy skin.
Okay, I'm dropping the Brussels sprouts. Not really necessary, and I really don't have time, so I'm not doing them. I don't have much time at all.
10 seconds. 5.
That's hot.
4. 3. 2. 1. That's it, guys. Step away from your benches. Put your tools down.
I've done a main course of duck breast with an agua dulce sauce, celeriac puree, and a caramelised echalot tatin.
You know, when I saw this dish, I said, what is the season? Winter. Braised carrots, shallots, celeriac, and your sauce bigarette. I think it's fantastic what you've done here, just on thinking. Before even I look at the dish or before even I taste it, I know then she has made a perfect seasonal dish. Wonderful.
It is an amazing feeling that Jacques Ramon could tell me something like that. And I just hope that when you taste it, you taste the flavours that I'm trying to express to you today.
Thank you, Justine.
Thank you, thank you.
Wow. It's very good. Unbelievable, the lightness of this puree. Very good. Oh, that's good.
The sauce.
Yeah, the big
with
arad.
the dark.
Beautiful.
That's the big advantage of that dish, really, I have to say.
Yeah. And when you taste the sauce with the shallots, it makes the whole osmosis work together. Beautiful.
No, it's got a lovely mixture of flavours, each one sort of complementing the next one.
That interesting notion of a modern dish, that it's a hearty dish but actually eats quite light.
Yeah.
That you've got bags of celeriac flavour, loads of sweetness from that shallot, a good robust duck flavour.
Look how exciting it is when we get a dish like this. Everybody talks together. We get energy. We got pleasure. Eh? All the ingredients in one plate are working together, complementary to each other.
I'd like the recipe.
You like the recipe?
It's beautiful.
I'm going to reveal the scores from the highest to the lowest. So first of all, who won yesterday's challenge? The total points awarded out of 50 were 47. 47. The winner of yesterday's challenge is Justine.
All those extremely hard days, all those team challenges, all those invention tests, all those hours we've spent, the tears, the sweat, the blood, the cuts, the bruises, all worthwhile. Wow. 47. I don't believe it.
Justine, I gave you a 10 because I thought it was an impeccable dish, and that's rare for me to do.
10, Daddy? You gave a 10?
It was very delicious. Look, you weren't there. You didn't taste it. It was fantastic.
You will have 90 minutes to make this 2-course Malay meal using coconut and ling as your core ingredients. Poe, your time in the pantry starts now.
Eggs, kaffir, pepper.
Some of the ingredients that I chose are the ikan bilis, which is a dried anchovy, belacan, dried shrimp paste, a lot of funk.
Poe, your time's up.
It's time to start, and as usual, it's just chaotic.
Look at Poe go.
Run! I am. The person who wins the invention test today will get an amazing advantage for tomorrow's challenge. And the person who does the worst dish will be eliminated.
This is going to be really interesting because there's 4 people cooking something they're very unfamiliar with. There's huge pressure on Poe to do well today. I mean, she's picked the theme, she's picked the core ingredients, she's had all night to think about it. The judges will scrutinise her harder.
I've waited so long in the competition to be able to cook something from my heritage. I'm cooking something that is familiar to my childhood and, you know, brings back a lot of memories.
That smells amazing. That's that pandanus.
Yeah.
So, wow, smell that. Wow. So we're talking this green leaf here?
Yep.
The pandanus leaf, right?
Yep. I'm making dessert with it.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna stuff a glutinous rice dumpling with coconut that's been cooked in this and some brown sugar.
Okay, little dumpling in this sweet pandanus and coconut milk.
Yeah, man, I'm going to do otak otak, which is a fish custard.
Okay.
So I'm blending that up with all these fresh spices to make a wet spice mix, and then I'm actually going to boudin it, so I'm going to modernise it.
You look absolutely happy.
I'm stoked.
You look like you're in control.
Yes.
The pressure's on, no?
Yeah, it is.
Because as much as, you know, you can talk the talk, now you have to walk the walk.
Yes.
So if the polar coaster comes back and you're on the dip,
yep.
What does that mean?
Bad. It means bad.
It means bad. I think Chris might be the only one that's going to give Poe a run for her money.
This is her domain. This is what she knows. I reckon she's standing there cooking, and I reckon she can see her auntie to her right, her mother to her left. Hopefully she's going to do them proud.
The only thing that's concerning me, she's got a lot going on. Has she bitten off more than she can chew?
And now it's just getting super frantic.
Po's cooking in front of me. She's got some crazy-ass techniques going on, but I hope she has a Po meltdown and mucks it up, because I need all the help I can get at this point.
I really was on high speed today. Because I was sort of trying to multitask, I was a little bit in danger of burning the pandan essence that I've made.
What's that? Oh, Po.
Okay.
No, Po.
Burnt it a little bit. It's bad, just very bad. That's right. Because the edges caught a little bit when Gary came around, and he commented on, ooh, what are you doing there?
That's fine. I've got all the black out.
I was starting to fret a little bit that Weird Po was rearing its ugly head as well. 45 minutes to go, and I'm using my food processor to break down the spice paste. I'm having quite a lot of trouble balancing it, so I'm starting to think, oh my God, why did I pick this dish?
I just left too many processes to do. So yeah, I have got myself into a bit of a stitch. I think I'll get everything plated, but it will be quite ugly.
I'm the usual Hurricane Po at my station, and that it is an absolute disgrace.
What a mess.
I know.
Huh?
Don't even.
I tell you what, I wish I had you in my kitchen for a day.
So Odak in there?
Yep.
So not in a traditional leaf?
No.
But steaming it Boudin style?
And this is the spice mix for the stink bean. I'm about to stir fry this. And I have to get my dessert in here steaming, so I have to stop.
Hey, we'll get over your hair, Po.
Okay.
I just can't believe the mess you've got here.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's unbelievable.
I'm starting to realise that my little flaw of being messy is actually a massive flaw.
You have 30 seconds to go. And when I ask you to put your tools down and step away from the stoves, please do so.
I'm very nervous because I've been banging on about how I want to cook, Malaysian this whole time, and then for me to sort of fall short of that would be quite humiliating.
Pad Thai with a sambal paste and stink bean and fish custard. A glutinous rice dumpling stuffed with pandan leaf and palm sugar.
That's beautiful. Lots of interesting flavours. It's just really fresh and vibrant. I love it. It's fantastic.
Interesting, tasty, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful dish. Well done.
Visually, doesn't really look appealing. Well, that flavour really packs a punch, doesn't it? I'm quite happy to have another spoonful of that. Overall, pretty good. I think you outwitted them, outsmarted them, and you're probably here to stay for a little bit longer, I'd say. Cheers.
Thanks, Matt.
The winner of the invention test today is Po.
Well done, Po. Good job.
I think my mum's going to be so happy for me. I keep thinking back to how lucky I am to be here. I'm absolutely thrilled.
Po, that dessert was exquisite. It was poetry in a bowl. We've seen some fantastic food from you, so well done. Great dishes, great execution, great use of your power. Another step nearer.
Thank you.
Po, congratulations. Fantastic dessert. For me, that was the killer dish of the day. There's no question.
So, Po, reveal what you've picked.
Po chooses mushrooms. I'm not as confident as what I would have been if she had chosen duck or prawns.
This amazing bowl of all these different varieties of really interesting Asian-style mushrooms, and I think that's absolutely brilliant.
You'll all be working with mushrooms as your core ingredient to create a Chinese-inspired meal. You'll also get to choose an additional 10 ingredients from the pantry. Po had 5 minutes to do this. You will all have 2 minutes. The 5 of you here in the group are first up in the pantry. Your 2 minutes starts now.
Guys, you've got 30 seconds to go.
I desperately don't want to be in the bottom 3 today.
Contestants, your time's up. You have 1 hour to prepare and cook the best Chinese-style dish that you possibly can. And your 1 hour starts now. Okay, Julia, what are you cooking and why?
I'm making mushroom and vegetable dumplings with a mushroom broth. I decided to make dumplings because I really love them and I sort of know how they work and what goes with them.
So we're going to expect to see the little dumplings in the broth, is that okay?
Pretty much just a very light amount, very small amount of broth.
Okay, lovely. Thanks, Julia.
Good luck, Julia.
The most difficult part of my dish is to really balance the flavours. If it's too sweet, it's going to be ruined. Fingers crossed that, you know, it'll all come together and it will taste good in the end.
Yeah, looking forward to it, aren't you?
Really looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. I am. The other one that I've picked out along the line there that's doing a really lovely job is Julia. She's made this little stuffing, this little farce. She's put some tofu, some mushrooms, some spices and things in there, and she's made a lovely little dumpling, but she's so neat.
They look fantastic, and honestly, it's definitely a technique there, and she's bringing that out in today's challenge.
Good. And she's made a nice broth, so I presume she's putting the two together. Yep. So I'm excited about that one. Tell me what you've cooked.
I've cooked mushroom and vegetable dumplings in broth.
It looks really nice. Just the care that you've taken in constructing those little dumplings is admirable. I don't think I could do as well as you did. And I'd be very, very happy to eat a number of those. Well done.
High five. Yeah. You know, you've showed skill, you've showed technique, there's balance in there. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Good stuff.
I so want to disagree with them, but I can't. That's fantastic. There is something impeccably right about putting the flavours of Chinese vinegar with dumplings. It kind of makes them savoury, and the vinegar has a little bit of a tang around the side of the palate. It really brings out the flavour of those mushrooms. So, absolutely, A1, cracking dish, well done.
Thank you. I think I've got a chance of being in the top 3. I just want to be recognised for making good food.
One of you will be going head-to-head with a leading chef in our next Celebrity Chef Challenge. You'll also get a chance at a winning ticket through to the final week of this competition.
3 dishes we loved. 1 winner. That winner is... Julia.
They called my name as being the winner of the invention test, and it's an amazing feeling. It really sort of validates my abilities, and it means that I do sort of deserve to be here.
I've got to say, you beat 2 of my favourite dishes in the whole competition. So it gives you an idea of quite how good your dish was. Well done.
Thank you.
And the next pair, Chris?
Lucas and Justine. They've both cracked under pressure before, and the possibility of one of them cracking again is a bit higher if they're together.
Each pair will have to invent from scratch their own 2-course meal. And today, as a special treat, you'll get free reign in the pantry.
Chris, as winner of the taste test, you and Poe get to go into the pantry first.
It is quite a bit of an advantage to be able to go into the pantry first and choose what we want because there are limited ingredients, so it's first come, first serve.
You'll have several minutes to devise a menu before heading to the pantry to choose your ingredients with your partner. From the winning team, one person will get to cook off against a celebrity chef for a fast-track ticket through to the final week of MasterChef. Guys, head to your workstations.
Lucas and I decided to make for an entree salmon ceviche and celeriac and crab remoulade. And for mains, we're doing quail with a port and echalot reduction.
So, you know, quail is a great option.
I reckon we're going to know.
Lucas and Justine, you're up next.
I'm here to win this contest. For me, it's to get in the top 9 now, and then from there go to the top 8, and then from there go to the top 7. So we'll see what happens.
Is there another little crab?
That's it, in the freezer.
In the freezer.
Yeah.
Which one?
2 pairs going to elimination, 1 pair winning. The pressure is definitely on. Hopefully we can cook the best dish we can.
Right, guys, Lucas, Justine, what are we cooking?
We're doing an entree, mate.
Yep.
We're doing a salmon with a celeriac.
Celeriac and crab remoulade.
Okay. And the main?
And the main.
Braised quail with a port and shallot sauce.
Justine's finishing off the braise, which I then have to carve when it comes out. The potatoes are happening.
These are looking really good.
Lucas and Justine, it's to braised quail when you've got an hour. We didn't see it going on.
They could run out of time and it won't be up.
Next up, Lucas and Justine.
It's zingy, it's punchy. That is a cracker entree. Brilliant.
That's good.
It's the complete dish, so well done. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Congratulations.
It's a wonderful feeling when you put your heart and soul into something and someone really appreciates it. That's what food's about.
The quail itself I was a bit worried about because I didn't think you'd be able to cook it for long enough to get it tender. It's certainly tender, there's no doubt about that, and it's really pleasant with that sweet, jammy port wine and shallot sauce.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
They liked it. I was like, oh my gosh.
Lucas, Justine. Congratulations. You cooked the best 2-course meal today overall.
Working with Lucas, my best mate in the house, and winning together was just the most amazing feeling.
So it was a pleasure to watch the two of you working together as a proper team.
Really? Jesus me, you come together.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, it is. It's Beauty and the Beast. You performed a beautiful job. Well done.
So you can lift the lids now.
Every time that I go into the mystery box and I see the ingredients, my mind just goes blank.
You have a whole snapper.
Fantastic. I love cooking fish. I come from an island. We cook with fish all the time.
Eggs, potato, chili, and beer.
My background is beer. I run a beer business, so that put a big smile on my face.
A really beautiful piece of snapper can be used in many ways. Steamed, roasted whole, pan-fried, fillets taken off. It's really endless.
Remember that this challenge is all about winning.
It's not about avoiding losing, so be inventive. Push the envelope and show us what you can really do.
What have you done there? You've fried the whole thing.
Look, I think it's too beautiful a piece of fish to actually cut up.
What's the batter, or have you floured it?
Well, it's using the red lantern, where I did my kitchen thing the other day.
Yeah.
I'm using my experience from the red lantern, coating the fish with egg white and flour, frying that up, and then doing a lemon sauce.
Tom's done that big whole fish. He's thought about his work experience.
He's gone to Red Lantern, he's listening, and he's going to put up a beautiful dish, I hope.
Food needs to be going on the plates. Okay, that's it, guys. Your time is up.
Taking my plate up to the judges, the only thing I'm really concerned about is that the fish will actually fall over, so I'll end up with the flat fish on a plate.
Tom, what's the dish?
Lemon fish swimming in a chili and ginger sea.
It's definitely straight out of Jaws, isn't it? Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. Tom, you're listening. Your time at Red Lantern, you're absorbing all these things, and that's great, mate, because you're actually putting that into your food. Fish is moist. It's really delicious and delicate.
No. Impeccably cooked fish. It's a very clever dish. It's beautifully understated. It looks spectacular. Congratulations. It's probably your best work. Well done.
Thank you. It's great having praise from people like Gary and Matt. It's a good feeling.
The winner of today's Mystery Box Challenge is Tom.
I'm happy and flattered that they actually think I've cooked the best dish, because I still think that it wasn't as good as it could have been.
Peter, as our special guest, you get to choose the dish that yourself and Julia will be cooking today. What will that dish be?
We've got a tea-smoked duck breast with a ravioli of water chestnut, pear and duck liver, with a blood orange sauce, a little bit of spinach and some crispy fried ginger. How does that sound?
Complicated.
What a great dish. Tea smoking, a classic Szechuan technique, easy to do in the wok, but very, very dangerous if you get it too smoky, because it's going to dominate the flavour of everything.
So, we have to leave you to cook now, so that we don't know who's cooked which dish. Good luck, Julia.
Thank you.
What I like to call this dish is the Asian version of a duck à l'orange. What do you think?
It looks beautiful.
You really want the duck to be pink, but cooked through. Otherwise, it'll be a horrible thing to eat.
It's beautiful. The textures are fantastic. The crunch inside the ravioli, it's beautiful. And the duck is really nice and smooth. I've never cooked anything like this dish before, so it could be a bit of a struggle for me to get it all together and make it as good as I can possibly make it.
Julia, you'll get a 30-minute head start on Pete. Good luck to both of you. Your time starts now.
The whole balcony is filled with everyone else in the competition and they're staring down. I'm scared about making a fool of myself, basically. I don't want to do that. I want to do a really good job. I'm looking at all the ingredients and I just really wish that I had a little bit more time to just really get the recipe into my head, but I don't have that time. I have to do it now.
So what's the process you're going to do?
While this is caramelising, I'm going to julienne the ginger, ready to fry it, and I'm going to get the smoking mixture together for the duck.
The first thing Julie does is chop down really finely the ginger. It's one of the last things to go on top of the dish, but I think she sees it as something she can get out of the way quickly.
That look good? Quick, quick, quick. So to make it even more crispy, a little bit of sea salt over that helps drag out the moisture. I'm basically taking through step by step how I would do it. You can put the juice in if you like.
I've done the full amount and I don't have enough juice, I don't think.
What I'll do, I'll give you mine. We're going to add some orange juice. We reduce that down until we get a syrup. That's the sauce. Say when.
Love it.
The duck, we're going to smoke it in a manner called tea smoking, which is a Chinese way to impart flavour into a dish, as well as the spices and the orange peel. The sugar is there to add some sweetness, but also to give it a beautiful colour.
Yeah.
as it's smoking. And the rice basically adds a little bit of flavour, but more so helps to bind it all together. The role of the chef is to educate, and hopefully I've helped her along the way of her path of knowledge.
30 minutes to go, guys. 30 minutes.
I'm getting ready to start smoking the duck. It's crunch time.
The biggest challenge for Julia is going to be tea smoking the duck because you can over smoke it and becomes a bit bitter or overpowering the smoky flavour.
When my duck was in the pan and I was rendering it, I thought it was done and I turned it over, but then I thought that the skin could have been a little bit crispier and more caramelised, so I turned it over again, which is a massive no-no usually. So I may have stuffed up a little bit there, but hopefully it won't really show through in the end product.
Julia's duck looks very dark, and when Pete's comes out, it looks very light, and we all think, she's overcooked it. And so we're worried at this point that, that Julia might have blown the challenge.
I'm actually feeling confident that my dish is going to be ready and it's going to be on the plate and it's going to look good.
This is the closest that any of the contestants have got to the professional chef. So at this point we're thinking, hey, she might actually have this one.
I'm proud of my dish and I'm so happy that it's all done, and I feel exhausted but really exhilarated as well.
Thank you.
Well, this is going to be difficult. That dish is almost identical in appearance and in fact appeal as the other one. But there's a difference with the duck, and that's the tea smoke.
The duck is smoked beautifully. The balance of that sauce with the smoke is really just come together fantastically. The ravioli filling's delicious, but I don't know about the frying of it. It reminds me of an Italian crostoli. But in saying that, they're like, you know, they are lime ball, really, lime ball.
This ravioli seems like the chestnut and the pear has been cut a bit more chunky, and I feel a bit cheated because in this bit, there's not much pate there. And I love that combination of liver pate with duck. Having said that, that duck is impeccable. And this bit here, this little brown crispy this bit here, which I know. No. Gary, you've got to have that because I know you're looking at it. There you go. The fact that there's a bit of duck on the plate that you and I would fight each other, probably to the death for, is a sign it's a great dish. What a privilege and a pleasure to be presented with two such fantastic dishes.
Julia, if you now score more than 24 out of 30, you'll be getting a free ride all the way through to the final week of MasterChef Australia. Gary, what did you give plate 2?
I scored plate 2 9 out of 10. Those dishes were both really close. And what swung it for me was, Julia, your duck was cooked beautifully. And I just thought it had the edge over plate 1. And I was convinced that it was Peter's.
George, how did you rate Julia's dish?
9 out of 10. You can have a job in my kitchen any day of the week, yeah? That was brilliant.
I'm thinking she's won it. She really has won it.
If Matt Preston now gives you a score of 7 or more, you will win that guaranteed spot in the finals of MasterChef Australia. How does that feel?
I'm freaking out a little bit.
Well, Matt Preston is one of the toughest restaurant critics in this country, so anything could happen right now. Matt, it's time to reveal the winner of today's challenge.
had beaten Pete Evans, I'd beaten the chef. I was never, ever expecting it, and I did it.
You cooked that duck like a 30-year veteran of a French kitchen. It was fantastic. I've not seen duck cooked like that for the last year. It was really, really impressive. Congratulations. Peter is obviously a fantastic teacher.
He is, definitely. Julia, because you beat our celebrity chef today, that's guaranteed you a spot in the finals week of MasterChef Australia.
Step forward, reveal your choice.
It is beef.
It was beef. You know, everyone in the building has probably cooked beef at one point in time, so yeah, it's not as if he had a massive advantage.
So, you'll all be using a rib eye of beef to make a French-inspired dish. You'll be able to go into the pantry now and select no more than 10 more ingredients. You'll have 2 minutes to do this. The first group to go into the pantry is this 6 here. Are you ready? Your 2 minutes starts now.
I'm here to win, so I'll do everything I can to stay out of the bottom 3. My presumption was that everybody would just grill the piece of meat, simply pan fry it and make either a red wine sauce or a hollandaise or a béarnaise or something like that. That was going to be the typical approach, and I wanted to do something different to everybody else.
Chris, what are you doing? You've got some interesting ingredients. You've got brioche, eggs, gherkins, little cornichons, salt, shallots.
Steak tartare, classic French dish.
Steak tartare, of course, is a raw beef dish. It's a minced or very, very finely diced.
Cheese? That's to eat.
Are you kidding?
No. I'm basically assembling my dish. I've got a lot of time to spare. I don't know if I was just being cocky or not, but I thought it'd be nice to have a bit of cheese while I was waiting around. I should have got a bottle of wine, actually. One ingredient down, I could have afforded it. Walking up towards the judges and I'm seeing steak after steak after steak, beautifully cooked. I'm thinking, oh, shit, what have I done?
Classic steak tartare. So swipe the egg yolk, mix it in.
Yeah.
For those that don't eat steak tartare, what you've got to appreciate is this sort of lovely, soft, slippery, raw beef. It's got to be absolutely fresh. You've achieved that.
I hate raw beef because it freaks me out, especially a raw egg yolk on it. But I'm going to give it a go. You know what, mate? You've pulled it off. Well done.
That's a great interpretation. And you should walk back feeling very proud of what you achieved, Chris.
Thank you. Matt doesn't readily say things like that, so I was feeling good about it.
Congratulations. You 3 have presented us with the 3 most delicious dishes that we ate today.
Finally, I'm amongst the winners.
3 amazing dishes, but only, sadly, 1 winner. And that winner is Chris.
Matt revealed that I'd won, which was fantastic. I'm glad I went out on a bit of a limb in cooking a raw dish. It was great.
You are really looking like a real chef, yeah? I hate raw meat, I hate tartare, but I ate that today and walked away and went, you know what? That's not bad at all. That is a real chef's dish. Well done, keep it going. And because it's finals week, it's double trouble. You have to make 2 pies, 1 sweet and 1 savoury.
My math dropped. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna need a lot of time to make 2 pies.
Obviously, you need ingredients for fillings. Ingredients we have. This is for your sweet pie. You got so many fillings, be as creative as you like, but it must taste beautiful.
My mind immediately is just going, oh, too many combinations. I'm kind of just buzzing with ideas.
This table is laden with ingredients. There's no excuses here. you should be able to produce a beautiful savoury pie. You can use as many or as few ingredients as you want. The only restriction is that you must have pastry in both of your pies. You have 2 hours to produce your 2 pies. So, Pope, tell me what 2 pies you're doing, sweet and savoury.
Doing a rhubarb sandwich with hazelnut and chocolate pastry. So it's like an open pie, essentially.
Right.
I'm actually going to construct the pie out of basically 2 biscuits of pastry, and then I'm going to stew the rhubarb so that they're all upright and try and keep that shape.
I think you're very brave doing something really creative.
Yep.
And I think you're pushing the boundaries in terms of what is a classic pie.
Yeah,
We don't want to see a whole lot of one-dimensional pies, do we?
No, not at all.
I was really pushing the definition of a pie, but I think that's good. I think it's good to reinvent things and push people's perceptions of what, you know, things should be or shouldn't be.
It's a typical Poe in a pressure situation. She wants to do something creative, but if it all goes wrong, she's going to give us something that's maybe fallen over or collapsing, or she could put up that gorgeous rhubarb pie and impress us all.
Poe, how's it going?
I'm actually going to make an open pie, like a sandwich.
Oh.
And I've got rhubarb going on in there.
Have you made anything like this before?
I have never made anything like this before. It's just a harebrained idea that I had.
I do believe in what I'm trying to achieve in this competition, and as much as I've been caned for taking too many risks, I still believe in taking them.
And what about your savoury pie?
I've made a blue cheese. I'm going to make a pasty with 4 cheeses and it's just vegetables.
Good luck, Poe.
OK, thank you.
I did feel extra nervous, even though I thought my pie definitely looked better than everyone's. Like, it's always down to the flavour, and you just never know.
It looks really pretty. The little crimps that you put around the edge are perfect, absolutely perfect. The filling's interesting. The reason why it's interesting is because that blue cheese gets in the way of something, and it sort of confuses it a little bit.
OK.
You've taken the risk. I mean, I love blue cheese. I like it because I like blue cheese. I think your pastry's lovely. The balance of everything is really good. So that wins for me. I really like it.
So now, on to your dessert. What you've given us is a wonderful combination of not too sweet pastry, that beautiful sourness of the rhubarb, and that richness of the chocolate. And really, that is a cracking dessert and possibly the best we've seen today. Poe, I love this dish because I think it's a really clever, modern interpretation of a pie, and you've combined 3 interesting flavours that I've not seen before on the same plate. Chocolate, hazelnut, and rhubarb. Well done.
The judges say some pretty nice things about my dishes, and it is like music to my ears because I think I'm safe.
The winner of today's challenge is Poe.
It's me! Yay! I'm elated. I'm just beside myself because this is huge, huge advantage. Massive.
Well, Poe, 2 beautiful-looking dishes, well executed, interesting idea, so congratulations.
And that chocolate sablé was one of the best I've ever tasted. Absolutely brilliant.
Thank you. Thanks.
As with all our invention tests, there's always a kicker. And that kicker is the theme. And today, that theme is British food.
People think of British food as the stodgy classics, steak and kidney pie, bangers and mash with onion gravy. So, no, I think it'll give everybody a good opportunity to do something inventive and get creative.
Now today, George, Gary and Matt will be joined by a 4th judge. He's a man many of you will recognise. He's a world-renowned chef, and he's been the judge on the UK MasterChef for an extraordinary 9 series.
Wow.
Please welcome John Turode.
Yeah.
John, how are you?
John, how you going?
G'day.
How are you?
Julie, please reveal what core ingredient you've chosen for today's Invention Challenge.
The ingredient I chose is lamb.
When Julie pulls off the cloth and we see it's a leg of lamb, my heart actually saying, I'm like, oh God.
I love working with lamb, it's a lovely meat. The trouble is, it's a leg of lamb, so trying to roast a leg of lamb in 90 minutes is really, really tough.
You'll be going into the pantry in 2 separate groups. The first group to go in is the 6 closest to the door. Your 2 minutes in the pantry starts now.
For me, it's about the bits and pieces that go with it to make the lamb shine.
You have 1 minute to go, guys.
So I automatically thought spinach, mint, mustard, hot English mustard. The Poms love hot English mustard.
Tell us what the dish is before you go any further.
A lamb roll with a mushroom duxelle inside.
Tell me how this becomes British.
British hot English mustard.
Do you want to know? Do you want to know the rhyme in England?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, mustard and wine is fine. Mustard and mutton, you're a glutton.
Just a touch. You won't even notice.
I'm really stressing now because still hadn't cut off the twine off my meat. It was still resting. My potatoes still crisping up, and I think I only put the puree on the plate at this stage. So I was really worried.
OK, that's it. Your time's up. Plates down, tools down. Step away from your plates.
Justine, please bring your lamb dish up to the bench.
What have you cooked for us?
A lamb roulade with a mushroom duxelle with a spinach and mint rough puree.
For me, the balance of that iron-rich spinach with a touch of fresh mint, the woodiness that goes with those mushrooms, the sweetness of that lamb, and the crispiness of those potatoes with a little bit of time on them. It's perfect. Love it. Love the flavours, love the precision, love the presentation, and as far as the brief is concerned, being quintessentially English, you've got it right there on a plate.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thanks.
Justine, that's probably the best dish you've cooked so far this competition.
I think my heart rate just slowed down a little bit and was just seep up the moment, just seep it up, because I was very, very happy.
The winner of today's invention test is Justine.
Oh. Well done.
Yay! I can't believe I won. This is like a dream come true. It's fantastic.
Thank you, Justine. Thank you. At last you've shown what we saw in that first audition. And I think we've all watched you cook in mystery box and invention test challenges, and it hasn't quite come together as a unit. And today you've done it. Well done, Justine.
OK, that's it. Your time's up, guys. Pressure test is over. Step away from your plates.
Mate, it looks great. Mate, it looks great.
Yeah, I was ecstatic when it was finished. My dish looked really good. It was plated up well. There was heaps of sauce. It's that whole turnaround when you think you've totally stuffed something up and then it goes on the plate. I'm amazed! I can bake! Oh my God, I actually have a chance at winning this thing.
So I go and have a quick look at Trev's and Tom's, and bloody hell, they both pulled it off. I mean, from an appearance point of view, this is going to be very close.
Sam, Trevor and Tom, you've just made a sticky date pudding with a butterscotch sauce and an almond praline. In a moment, the judges will head to the restaurant and they will taste your dishes one by one. Now, they're not looking for a winner today, they're looking for the worst dish. If you made that dish, you'll be heading home immediately. The other two will remain in the competition, at least for now. Thank you, judges.
I noticed that it's a little lopsided on the plate, but there's nothing I can do. I mean, it's already on the plate. What's done is done.
It's my turn to take my dish to the judges. I'm proud of what I've done. I just hope that they see that I've really pushed myself today.
So Sam, are you pleased with what you've produced?
Yes, for the most part. You may have seen that I took my puddings out of the oven about 7 or 8 minutes before 40 minutes. I did want to see how they were going. I took one out and it was a bit undercooked, so I had the rest in for the remaining 7 or 8 minutes.
Okay.
And I think, you know, the final product's decent.
Okay. And I noticed Kate was throwing down some advice to you. Yes. Did you need advice?
I do like to have the support of other people around me. It's just the sort of person that I am.
Did she give you good advice, do you think?
I hope so. I truly hope so. Yeah.
Nothing worse than taking the wrong advice, is there?
Certainly is not.
Only got yourself to blame if that happens.
Absolutely true.
OK, Sam, thanks very much. You can go now.
OK, enjoy. Thank you. If I have to go home today on the back of that, at least I go home on a high.
So, the praline looks a bit thick to me, but the pudding looks a nice shape. And I think the butterscotch sauce could be a little bit darker, but other than that, I think he's done a good job. You know what, that's really nice. Sam's done a good job in terms of baking the pudding, I think. And he was probably right to put it back in the oven when he did.
This is one of those sticky dates. If you like moist fruitcake, you're going to love. You're just going to love that kind of when it's a bit gooey in the middle.
That's delicious. Butterscotch sauce is just like, wow, you just want to go back for more and sort of feel sick because you've had too much.
And the pralines may be marginally thick, but what he has managed to achieve, besides that beautiful colour, is a little bit of bitterness from taking that caramel just to the point where it's starting to turn. So it isn't just a big chunk of sugar, it's got a little bit of tang to it. You know, it's got to be said, the other guys are going to have to go it to surpass that, because that is a very fine example of a sticky date pudding with butterscotch sauce.
Sitting around waiting for the judges it's not fun. It gives you time to doubt yourself. It's all well and good to stay positive, but when you're looking down the barrel of an elimination, it's very tough.
Trevor, how do you think you went?
It tastes really nice. I think I did really well. I mean, there were a few teething problems. I screwed up when I used the brown sugar to make the praline. Luckily, I actually realised that it was way too brown in the pan. That cost me like 10 minutes, but I still managed to plate up, so happy.
Would your wife be happy with that?
I think she would. She would love it.
Did you have a little trouble taking the pudding out of the mould?
It's not something I've ever done before, so I did run a knife around it, but I don't think I did it, you know, as precisely as I probably should have.
OK.
Trevor, thank you.
Thank you. I know I cooked a good dish today. I know I can cook. I know I deserve to be here. So I just hope the judges can see that.
It looks good. I reckon he has had a little bit of trouble getting it out of the mould. You can just see where he's torn the pudding on the outside, certainly on one side, where he's popped the knife in and turned it round to turn the pudding out. Look, I can't pick between the two of them. So far, both of them are absolutely top-notch puddings.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's beautiful. The pudding's deep, it's rich. The caramel sauce has got this extra little bit of vibrance compared to the last one. Mate, they are delicious.
That butterscotch sauce is...
That's liquid gold.
It's amazing, isn't it? There's a very small difference, maybe 2 minutes in the pan that's got it a little bit darker, but it just lifts that sauce for me from being sweet to just having that kind of slightly, not quite caught, but almost caught, slightly kind of caramelly flavour, molassesy flavour. It's absolutely delicious. Wow, well, we've seen two quite amazing dishes.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous about what they'll say because, I mean, I find fault with my food, so they'll probably find something wrong with it, and I just have to wait and see.
Tom, you You were worried about the praline. How did that work out?
I think it's a bit thick. I think if I had to do it again, I would have tried to make it thinner.
Do you think that's a good enough dish to carry you through?
I would hope so. I've seen the other two, and to be completely honest, I think it's going to be very close. I would like to think it's very close.
Tom, thanks a lot.
Thank you. I could be the one going home. I've accepted that, but I just have to wait and see.
The fact that he has tipped the pudding over and pulled the sauce onto the bottom as such rather than the crusty top, it's soaked right the way through, so it's really soft and really gooey, nice and sweet, really nice and datey as well.
Beautiful pudding, really well made, caramel's delicious. If there's any criticism, it's just a tad paler than the last two.
Try that bit because it's got more nuts in. When you bite that, it fractures, it shatters in your mouth. There's none of that sense your teeth are going to break. It just goes like that. And again, it's got that caramelly, burny flavour, which is beautiful. That's fantastic.
Beautiful.
Wow, this is going to be so close, huh? I mean, this has to be the closest pressure test we've had. It's going to be hard to decide who's going to go home.
I am not in a good spot, actually. I think I'll get everything plated, but it will be quite ugly.
I'm the usual hurricane poo at my station, and that it is an absolute disgrace.
What a mess.
I know.
Huh?
Don't even.
I tell you what, I wish I had you in my kitchen for a day.
Oh, so orak in there?
Yep.
So not in a traditional leaf?
No.
But steaming it boudin style?
And this is the spice mix for the stink bean. I'm about to stir fry this, and I have to get my dessert in here steaming, so I have to stop.
Hey, we'll get over your hair, Poe.
Okay.
I just can't believe the mess you've got here.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's unbelievable.
I'm starting to realise that my little flaw of being messy is actually a massive flaw.
Guys, we are at the business end of this competition.
That's right. Don't go down in the last round. Glove up. You've got less than 15 minutes to go.
And 15 minutes to go. I'm steaming my eggplant, I'm steaming my fish. I'm just sort of getting the last finishing touches of everything done so that I can plate up in time.
I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I can see that I'm going to have things done, and I think I'm going to have enough time to plate things up really nicely.
At this point, I'm starting to get a little bit worried about Chris because he's already plated up.
I'm happy with it. I think the flavours come out really nicely.
His dish actually looks very traditionally Malaysian, and his dessert is not a bad effort. Possibly, he could overtake me with his main.
I've got plenty of time to spare. I've just got to finish off my dessert now.
You've got 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes.
5 minutes to go equals freaking out. I was just doing everything at once. Dessert, then main, then dessert, then main, going back to one another, and I wasn't concentrating on just one.
You have 1 minute to go.
At 1 minute to go, I'm manic. I have to rip my eggplant out of the steamer. I don't think it's 100% ready yet. I'm sort of just chucking everything on the plate.
1 minute to go, and I'm attempting to cook my spring roll. The oil is just not hot enough. I must have turned off the burner, and it was just warm.
You have 30 seconds to go. And when I ask you to put your tools down and step away from the stoves, please do so.
Last 10 seconds, I'm just chucking, basically just sprinkling things and pouring things and just getting it all on the plate.
You have 10 seconds to go.
I was counting down, and they still weren't browning. And, I had my tongs ready to go when time's up.
3, 2, 1. That's it. Step away from your benches, guys.
And it was just, damn it, why did this happen to me again?
Once the challenge is over and I look at my 2 dishes, I don't think they look good. So I'm really disappointed.
Just have to wait and see now. It's a guessing game. It was always going to be a guessing game. And it's all about taste and flavour. And if it's there, then it's there. If it's not, then it's not. So I'm just going to have to wait and see.
I'm very nervous because I've been banging on about how I want to cook, Malaysian this whole time, and then for me to sort of fall short of that would be quite humiliating.
Pad Thai with a sambal paste and stink bean and fish custard. A glutinous rice dumpling stuffed with pandan leaf and palm sugar.
That's beautiful. Lots of interesting flavours. It's just really fresh and vibrant. I love it. I love it. It's fantastic.
Interesting, tasty. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful dish. Well done.
Visually, doesn't really look appealing. Well, that flavour really packs a punch, doesn't it? I'm quite happy to have another spoonful of that. Overall, pretty good. I think you outwitted them, outsmarted them, and you're probably here to stay for a little bit longer, I'd say. Cheers.
Thanks, man.
I was absolutely going to use this advantage to its fullest, and by picking Malaysian, I did do that.
Chocolate mousse cake.
Wow.
And there's an innocent little chocolate cake sitting there. Doesn't sound too intimidating, does it?
That's pretty.
Adriano, a scale of 1 to 10, how hard is this dish?
10.
That's incredible.
10.
Adriano, how long do you think it's going to take our contestants to make this chocolate mousse cake?
3 hours.
3 hours.
3 hours. Why the hell are they giving us 3 whole hours?
I understand what they were saying now, and I understand why the judges were going, you're in for a treat today.
I'm still scared. I really am starting to suspect that my advantage is quite minimal.
So on the bottom we have a cinnamon sablé, followed by, we have a layer of chocolate and blackberry mousse. On top of that we have 2 textured apples. We got one flambé, one tartane.
It's just layer upon layer upon layer of different textures and chocolates and caramels and apples and biscuits.
And then sprayed with chocolate and cocoa butter.
Shit. How are we going to do this?
Well, let's have a look where this can go wrong.
It's a biscuit bottom. You must not overmix it.
Quite a few things can go wrong today.
If you don't use cold butter, when you bake it, you get a lot of seepage of butter out.
Every single thing has got a ton of jeopardy in it.
If you overcook it, your biscuit will be too hard, your sponge, and you won't be able to bend around the ring. It'll just snap.
So we've got 9 different opportunities to screw up.
Then you go to your mousse, which you have to make a sablé on, you have to whip the cream, more chocolate.
What was that? I was just completely tuned out then.
50 degrees, take it up, maximum 50 degrees, bring it down, 26, and then back to 32.
Or thereabouts.
If you don't do this, the chocolate won't set.
Okay. I didn't even know you needed to do that with chocolate. I just thought you melt it and you use it, but, clearly my knowledge is somewhat lacking.
Adriano, any last words of advice to these poor people?
Keep your head down and go hard, I'd say. That's what you really have to do. You got no time to sit around and think. Just do it.
If you thought the Croquembouche test was tough, this is a whole nother level.
I get started on the chocolate mousse part of the cake. I have to whip cream and melt chocolate and combine those 2 things. The blackberries are boiled in a little pot on the stove and then some sugar is added. I've got 43 minutes left. I'm hoping that before too long, I'll be able to say I've got most things done.
Now it's time to move on to the jacon. There's 2 layers in the cake, and it's there to separate the gooiness of the caramel and also the apples.
I haven't even assembled my cake, and that needs to go into that thing.
I then start pouring my mousse in, and that's when I realise it's very runny.
It seems very watery, so I'm going to blast freeze it and it will set really quickly.
Adriano actually said to us, the blast freezer is your friend, use it.
I'm a little stressed because I just feel like I've got so much more to do and nothing's cool. Actually, they're all right.
It's almost like a rough job. I don't have time to make sure that's perfect. Just do it.
You have half an hour to go. If you're not assembling your cakes by now, you should be very, very worried.
Half an hour's nuts. It'll be cutting it so close, it's not funny. That blast chiller better be really cold. So much going on. It's hard to get your head around.
I'm putting my mousse in a mould. I'm going to freeze it and then put in the next layer so that it's nice and cold and the caramel. I think we all might be pushing it for time.
I'm just starting my layers off now. So my mousse first. I think that's what I'm doing.
I think I question a couple of times and look up to see where everyone's at and if I am falling behind. And I feel like Julie's just going great guns.
I've put it into the freezer. I go back to my bench. And what do I see? The decorative Giconde.
Oh, no!
Oh, God.
It's great when other people fluster and mess up. It means they're slowing them down.
Where's the Giconde?
No, that's what she's screaming at.
Yeah.
I didn't put my thingy on the side. The Giconde sponge is, the decorative one goes around the outside.
Julie, you forgot the Giconde.
Yes!
Oh.
I can start again.
No, don't start again.
No. You've only got 25 minutes to go. You've got to be kidding.
Rightio.
Go!
That's a lesson to everybody else. Don't forget the Giconde, yeah?
Oh.
If somebody messes up, you know, it's music to your ears.
You have 15 minutes to go. I can feel the stress bending the walls.
Layer of mousse, which is here.
The next layer is the caramel disc. Then there's a layer of Giconde, which is very fragile. I'm a bit nervous about it. Then there's a layer of mousse, a layer of apple. Then there's a layer of Giconde. Then there's another layer of mousse, and then the sub-layer.
You have to make sure everything fits nice and snug or else it just won't hold together.
So my cake is layered, it's in the freezer, and now to work on the garnishes.
Go, Po!
I'm very, very proud of them. I think this is absolutely amazing.
If I gave this challenge to somebody in my work who has never done it before, that
wouldn't be able to do it.
Wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah.
As I put it onto the bench to unmould it, I have my first real moment of fear. I'm about to unmould my cake. I'm absolutely terrified right now.
Please, please, please. I'm gonna serve this cake with a mole around it. This is not good.
You have 5 minutes to go.
Everybody is scrambling like lunatics to get their cakes done.
Oh, it's not set.
I had so little time left. I'd turned my cake over. It was a total disaster. All the dimples were just horrible craters of mess.
A bit ugly.
My head just caved in and I just kind of gave up at the end.
I've got to heat the mould. If I got to get this off, It's chocolate. I need to melt something around it so it comes off nicely. So I get a little blowtorch. Thank God.
I know that I'm the first person to spray because I haven't heard anybody else's spray guns going. Is that the right noise?
Yeah, the sound of the spray guns is quite loud and you do feel like you're a little bit in a hardware shop.
And I just spray the hell out of that cake.
You have 2 minutes to go.
It's ridiculous.
Keep going. Come on, guys.
Yeah, it was absolute chaos.
You have 1 minute to go.
Oh my Lord. Oh shit.
Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. That's it. Step away from your benches. Well done. Brilliant job, brilliant job.
I look around and I do appear to be the only one who's put all the garnishes on the cake and done the white chocolate part. Wow, I was more organised than everyone today. That's, like, unheard of.
Tell you what, to go through that experience of making that cake, I'm never going to forget that, ever.
All I managed to plate in the end was just the cake.
That was mental.
I'm feeling like I let myself down, considering I did have a one-up on everyone.
I don't think I'm in trouble, but I could be. Yeah, I could be in trouble.
I'm the first one to go in. And when I plonk the cake down in front of them, I kind of have a little bit of a nervous giggle. Because it looks hideous. And when I cut into it, the caramel is very sticky. So sticky. I was just mashing the cake so much that when it got to Gary, it was just not even recognisable as a slice of cake.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You can leave us to taste.
Okay.
Let's hit the presentation first. She's had some trouble, hasn't she? She's missed off the decoration on the top, the little hazelnuts, the little chocolate decoration. But in saying that, everything's where it's supposed to be.
Let's be quite honest, this is a fine effort. But in terms of flavour, look, I think there's probably a bit too much caramel in it.
I mean, it's a beautiful, exciting riot in the mouth, and that's what you want this dish to be. I want a little bit more boom of blackberry in the mousse.
For me, the flavours are all balancing really well, and for that, you know, pastry can be all about technique, but if you don't have the palate to make it interesting and modern, it can just be, you know, it can be anything, and I think she's got that. She's got the palate. The technique she can work on, but for me, the palate's there.
Right, we've tasted Poe's chocolate cake. Let's get the next one in.
I'm freaking out because I don't know whether it's worked or not. I don't know whether it's all squished into one big mess in there. It's all going to come down to me cutting a slice out of it and seeing what the inside is like. I'm over the moon. It's just perfect inside.
Looking good so far, Chris. Nice layers. Beautiful.
I'm feeling like $1 million.
Chris, thank you. We'll taste now.
Thanks, guys.
I think he's done a really good job.
100%. It looks spectacular.
And the thing that I got on this one was these little pops of salt in the caramel.
Overall, the flavours are incredible. That salt, it's incredibly subtle, and it doesn't overpower the chocolate, which is really, really important.
It's a bit like having Pop Rocks. Remember we had Pop Rocks as a kid? And you put in your hair, and you lick them, and you go... And it's the same thing, but it's using salt on that basis. That's exhilarating.
So well done on Chris, but let's taste the next one.
To win MasterChef Australia.
I've got to try this. I'm not saying I'm going to win this.
This is way out of my comfort zone.
Thankfully, first up to face the judges was somebody who wasn't lacking in confidence.
I'm James. I'm 47 years of age. I'm here because I've been given a gift, and that's to create. I know how to make your taste buds shake.
Are you a flamboyant cook?
Absolutely, yeah, it's got to be first class. I'm just zip-zap in the kitchen.
High energy?
Yeah, full on. I'm doing blue swimmer, chili crab. I invented the dish myself, and it's such an incredible dish, and an incredible chef will just recognise it. So, there we go.
So James is ready to face the judges, but are the judges ready to face James?
I'm going to show you today what South Australia's got to offer. I steamed the crabs and I made a broth out of the shells.
Yeah, so roast them off, or did you?
No, not roast them off, just boil the crap out of them.
Yeah, OK.
You know?
Quick taste, got any lemon juice or anything going in there, or no?
All natural. If you start throwing lemons and...
So you're telling me crab and lemon doesn't go...
You can put it on after, but not while you're cooking it.
Why are you here? What do you want to be? What's the plan?
I'm here because I'm good at what I do. And I rarely make the stuff up. In fact, I don't even make the stuff up. Everything I make and create is sensational. You know, just got to reduce it. Matty over there, he's looking at me and he's thinking, what's this guy up to?
Yeah.
Hey?
Well, I'm trying to work out how much there is coming out of your mouth. And
I'm a good spinner. There's no doubt about it because I'm professional. But I'll tell you what, when I do say something, it's fair dinkum. I'll give you the best, and that's the way I am. Yep.
Yeah. OK. So, nearly there?
I can understand your confidence, and that's all good and well.
Yep.
But there's a bucket load of experience over there between all of us, and it's actually nice just to stop and listen.
OK.
Yeah. I'm not enthusiastic about it.
I'm sorry about that. Yep.
The way you talk about it, we're expecting something, bam, yeah? And it's kind of...
Good, James. I'm sure you're great, fun guy, and that's great. But the big noting, if you're going to big note yourself, you better be bloody good. So it's a no from me. Thanks very much.
It's a no from me.
It's a no from me.
This isn't the South Australia the judges were hoping for. Perth is off and cooking, except for one.
Drama, I've left my pot behind. I will somehow find a pot.
No pot, no chance for Lei Ho.
I have everything else but pots.
Finally, Lei Ho catches a lucky break from a good Samaritan.
All right, I've got it. I'm going to win. So what I'll be eating will be a combination of flavours, Australian bush spices such as lemon myrtle, mixed with Oriental-style mushroom, fungus and enoki. It's going to turn out right. It'll be great. It tastes yummy.
I don't think you're the next MasterChef, but I'm really glad to have seen that
Thank
dish.
you so much.
For coming up.
Thank you.
This is a search for the best Perth has to offer. Making it through to the semi-finals will not be easy.
Sorry, way too much garlic.
Those restaurant quality.
I really don't want to insult it, but it just looks really pale and unappealing.
Did you taste that before you put that on the plate?
No, I haven't.
No. You have to taste everything. That sauce is vile.
I'm not going any further.
I just can't bring myself to eat it.
It's a no for MasterChef.
It's tough, but only the chosen few are going to go through, and I'm losing hope. I've seen one so far.
Perth? Give me something.
Yeah.
Give me something.
You're on the wrong show, mate.
The chance of a lifetime is passing Perth by.
This is probably the most stressful cooking situation I've ever been in.
Robert Ford's one of the youngest contenders here. Just 18, but his plans are grand.
I always wanted to be good at something. I wasn't that good at maths. I was okay at sport, but I was never the best. Music I tried at, but I actually think that I can put up a fight with food.
It's a long, painful walk, isn't it?
Through here?
From the door, yeah.
Wasn't that bad.
Yeah, OK.
Brilliant.
Right, come on, smart ass.
Yeah.
Get all that stuff on the bench. So tell us, what are you cooking?
This is something I made myself. It's sort of inspired by chili mussels, but it's got shallots, leek, cherry tomatoes with a wine and stock broth sort of thing.
Have you cut your finger?
Yeah, but I'm right.
You taking the top off it?
No, just a chunk out of the side.
Just a chunk out of the side.
I'll be right. I can just put it in this and cook it.
No, hang on. Just relax. We'll fix it. George. You'll be able to move on. Calm down. Take a deep breath. Yeah. Relax. Hang on. No, I'm not finished yet.
Yeah.
George, is the rest of the finger in the parsley?
Hey?
I'll get rid of that parsley.
Yeah, there it is.
Let's have a look.
We've got the top of the finger.
Nice.
There it is. Let me chop them for you, because I don't want you to cut your finger off again.
Tell us about that soup you've got on. What's in it?
Julienne, some leek.
Yeah.
Brunoise, some shallots, and just quartered some cherry tomatoes, sautéed them, sweated them off. Then
Only joking.
I'm doing a pasta dish that I've been cooking for a fair few years. Lots of cream. Secret ingredient, sweet chili sauce. Changes the whole flavour of the meal.
But would our judges be as daring as our daredevil chef?
Hey!
How are we going?
How are you, mate?
Good.
Reese, isn't it?
Reese.
We're ingredients, mate. We're not going to eat that.
I've got myself a pasta dish.
So what's in there?
Some bacon, diced bacon, shallots, salt and pepper, and some garlic. And then I've just chucked in some cream, and we're just going to add some cheese as well and some sweet chili sauce.
Right. Ooh.
So do you know what this... Sorry,
What was that? Sweet chili sauce?
Sweet chili sauce.
Are you joking me or what?
Secret ingredient.
Do you have lots of late nights or something? Because that sounds like a midnight, midnight. Man, I'm really hungry. Let's have sweet chili sauce and cream. What do we got? All in the one pan.
Hey, it is tasty. Look at that.
So you've taken. This dish has a name. This is like a fettuccine alfredo, one of the great Italian dishes out of the US. Yeah.
I tend to call it feta crimchi because it's just a whole bunch of all the words mixed up in the name. Are you brave? Soldier.
Go on, son. You can do it. Yeah.
Oh.
You know, it's beautifully overcooked pasta with loads of cream. Loads of cream. Did I mention lots of cream?
No, I reckon
loads of cream.
It needs more cream.
But so, I'd give you 3 for effort. And 1, and that's being generous on the flavour.
1 for...
One for flavour.
What's amazing about this dish is you've managed to get the pasta the same texture as the cream sauce. So it all kind of blurs into one kind of soft, gooey mush in your mouth, which is, hard to do, very hard to do, and these two guys would be hard-pressed to do that. Couldn't. The kind of thing about
a dish like this is it kind of doesn't matter if we don't like it. If you and your mates like it and you cook it for them, that's fantastic. You know, a little secret guilty pleasure.
All right, what can I say?
Reece, the verdict from the line is definitely a no for MasterChef.
All right, thanks, guys.
See you later.
Right, thanks, Reece.
Have a nice life.
Away I go.
You know what, though? There are restaurants that serve that.
I'm here to become Australia's first MasterChef. What you see is what you get. I didn't have enough money to book my ticket to come down and join MasterChef. So I did a little baking drive and sold 40 cakes to raise enough money. I've made it. Look where I am.
Cakes got Katie to Brisbane. She's hoping her chicken salad will get her to Sydney.
We'll see how we go.
Katie.
Room service.
Were you doing a little dance for us over there?
Yes, I was doing a little
Come on, do us a little dance here.
Get
That's
down
it.
today. Right, let's see.
Now, get cooking.
So where have you come?
Cairns.
You've come from Cairns down to Brisbane?
Yes. Actually, I didn't have enough money, so I had a little bake-off.
How much did you raise in the bake-off?
$200.
Wow. Fantastic. That's great.
It went really well. So today we've got penne Caesar rigate and a coconut cake.
So what's in there? You've got lots of shredded cos lettuce.
Yes, it is.
And then you've got penne pasta, you've got chicken, is that right? Or is
Yes,
that bacon?
that's correct.
Chicken,
no, there
bacon,
is chicken and bacon
anchovies.
today. Do you like my mayonnaise?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Actually, it actually reminds me of the Opera House.
Amazing. Oh, thanks.
Thank you so much for bringing your personality down from Cairns.
Thank you.
It always makes food taste much better when it's served by someone who actually gives something of themselves. Thank you.
I feel the pressure. But that's
mean,
okay.
isn't it?
Do you want the verdict?
Sure.
I'll be honest with you, the salad doesn't appeal to my taste at all. I mean, there's too much lettuce, cold pasta, it's overcooked, really strong mustard flavour, and it doesn't work so good. So, thanks very much, but no.
Oh, thanks very much.
Thanks very much, but it's a no for me.
Thank you.
Look, I really like that coconut cake. Go back and start yourself a baking business because you've obviously got great touch with baking, and that if you can sell $200 worth of cakes to get down here, you should be able to keep that going as business.
Very admirable.
But it's fantastic stuff, and thank you so much for coming in.
I've had housemates that tend to bring home bits of roadkill, and it's usually me that gets to cook it. So they said you should go down and try and cook real food for a change. So here I am.
Nick Wilkerman has made his first ever trip to the city. He's here to show off his bush cooking skills.
I work as an adventure guide, so I do a lot of rock climbing and hiking work, all that kind of thing. And so a lot of my cooking is done on fires or in camp ovens, on little stoves. So this is all a bit foreign, just going from that kind of thing to the fine dining.
What are you cooking today then?
Cooking a chicken jolly. It's a big piece of breast chicken, I suppose. I like the actress, that's the only parallel I can draw. Did come from the supermarket, this one, I'm happy to say.
All right. Now, are you ready to put a few of those things on your trolley?
Yep.
What's with the woolly hat, mate? It's like 30 degrees outside.
Yeah, it keeps the hair out of my eyes. I'm in the middle of a stupid bet so you can grow their hair for the longest.
So what have you got?
It's called a chicken jolly, named after the actress.
Chicken jolly?
Yeah, it's chicken breast. It's infused with white wine and it's served with fettuccine, parmesan, avocado and almonds.
What do you do?
Yeah, I was about to go into that. I actually work as an adventure guide and I spend months at a time out in the bush.
So do you fish? Do you shoot?
Try to. I don't. Generally, I'm just the cook.
But just like these guys, they cook and they send people out to go and get stuff.
That's right. Yeah,
That's a good idea. Good for happening.
So if you're cooking, where else do you get your ingredients from?
Eating the odd bit of roadkill.
Sorry?
Eating the odd bit of kangaroo that's been retrieved from the side of a road.
I'm eternally suspicious now of anything that you cook.
You're the food critic.
You guys can have a rock off if you like.
Do we rock off? Actually, paper, rock, scissors it. Do you want it?
Ready?
Gary!
Oh.
Enjoy.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, no!
Oh, that must have been on the chicken.
No! Oh. Record-breaking hair?
Oh! What's that?
The thought of eating your hair has really put me off. But thanks for having a go.
Thank you, mate.
Pleasure, thank you.
Anybody got a question? You're all good?
Said one dish, I see 2 plates.
What do you mean?
There's a plate here and a plate here. Can you do 2 dishes?
Would you plate up food on the plate that raw pork's been on?
There's soap and water underneath the
Is
bottom.
it hot, soapy water? Don't ask silly questions, yeah?
No.
One dish.
Chili.
Can be entree or main.
Can be anything you want. And just so you know, we're looking at the top 20 today. And based on this challenge and everything else that you've done this week, that's how we, as judges, will make the decision.
This is the most important dish you'll ever cook in your life. Cook like the world's watching. Cook like no one's watching. Make it happen. This is it.
Okay, good luck, everybody. Your 30 minutes starts now.
Immediately, I was like a chessboard player.
I just tried to find something as simple as I could, as fast as I could.
Take your time, have a look at what's there, concentrate and come up with something good.
Gary, I've done some wacky shit in my time, right? I'm not going to say I haven't. All right, I've cooked some weird stuff, but can I tell you, pork and chocolate and croutons,
It's a fine
Becky,
line, isn't it?
What's that all about?
Look, we've got a few desserts. There's a few people taking a chance.
Eggy bread, some people...
Eggy bread, yeah. And that's our vegetarian, isn't it? You know, she's decided to do something different. You know who I'm worried about? Is Robert. He's gone off a bit. He's trying to do an apple charlotte, which is a classic sort of English French dessert. Dry bread. He's got chocolate in the pan. He's got apples in the pan.
Yeah, I smelled the chocolate was burnt as well.
It's not going to eat well, and I think he may have stuffed this one up completely. You have 10 minutes to go. So, Brent, he's been walking a fine line. He's managed to get through on each line.
I wonder if there's any sweat in his dish.
I'm in control of my nerves right now. I'm really comfortable being here. I'm trying to do my pork well, and I actually used to char it to finish it off to give it an extra smoky flavour and a lift that it'll be totally different for everybody else.
I'm worried about Aaron. He's been a bit clever, actually. Let's see if he can pull that off, you know?
I was going to put something out there that was just, visually exciting and also quite tasty as well.
I was near Aaron and I decided to place myself next to him because I thought that that he's got a different angle and he's probably relatively easy to psych.
They were all competitors and we're all here to win the title. You know, there's not 49 MasterChefs or 32 or 16. There's one. So I mean, you've got to take it seriously.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it, guys. Tools down. Put your pans down. Leave your plates alone. Time's up. Well done.
This was the last hurrah. This is the last chance to get into the top 20.
So on the menu, that's going to read pork sandwich with chocolate, is it?
No, pork medallions.
So pork medallions with chocolate.
I came up with this because I imagine the flavours. I don't eat pork regularly, but I have had it. And I imagined like the nice velvety dark chocolate with the white meat would have gone quite well. I've got a good imagination.
That's still a bit sweet, and so you do get that sense of like biting into picking a chocolate out of your selection box, and it's not filled with orange cream, and it's filled with crunchy
That
pork.
doesn't take your fancy to like pick a pork chocolate out of the box.
Let me think about that for about half a second and go, no, probably not. If we were sitting in a restaurant and and that comes up, you know, there would be 1 in 100 diners who would go, "You are a genius," but there'd be about 85 diners who'd run screaming from the door, going, "Oh my God, I can't get it, because it's quite a radical idea. That's great. If you'd had the confidence to do that, and we'd be going, "You're a genius."
Lucas, could you use that as a little putter?
You would struggle.
It's very petite.
Absolutely on the money.
You look disappointed.
I am. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, you've really undercooked it.
Andre,
George,
you good? What have you got in there? You've made a pocket, yeah?
I did make a pocket, yeah. I think that I've slightly overused some of the flavours in there because I don't think I should have, sort of like a salsina on top, but I don't
Are you telling me that you've overused it, or because you're creating an image in my head now, yeah?
Okay. Well,
you can try and bullshit me if you like, you know what I mean? Don't have to always,
Yeah,
you
but
know.
I'm not,
Okay.
how do you think it compares to Andre's next door? Very different, two different dishes?
Yeah, it's a different dish. I mean, if I had to compare it, I'd say this is a more sort of French traditional style, something like classic pairings as opposed to an Italian-themed dish. It was a bit interesting. I mean, I've never really been in that situation, and you're also careful. You don't want to tread on his toes and say, "Oh, yeah, his dish was crap."
Yeah, what do you think, Andre?
that looks dry.
But it isn't dry, you know, it's not bad.
Yeah. Andre thought it was dry and probably got put back in his place by Gary, who said no, it was very moist.
Robert, how you feeling?
Pretty nervous, actually.
So what have you done, mate?
I've attempted an apple charlotte, even though I've never...
Apple charlotte, yeah?
Never read the recipe or practiced it. I just thought what I've seen on TV, I could maybe put it together and create something like that.
Apple, caramelised apple.
I thought, you know, may as well take a risk. I thought everyone else would be doing the pork. I just thought I'd go for it. They're all pretty speechless. I got the shortest review out of anyone there, I think.
Do you think it was a wise thing to do?
Just absolutely devastated that I've been so stupid. I want to prove to myself that I can pursue things if my heart really lies there, you know.
Give me 3 other things you could have done, just now, off the top of your head. 3 other things you could have done that would be better than this.
My first opinion was to cut the apples into wedges, layer them out, caramelise them, but not with too much sugar, do the pork, and then make a mayonnaise with the egg, the olive oil, the egg yolk.
Okay, just stop there, because you've answered a big question, but you've also... I think everyone here will sit around and go, why didn't you do that dish? Because that's a crazy, crazy thing to do.
Yeah.
Brent.
Chef.
Explain to me, you've got pork chop, you've got apples, you stewed they look. Is that right?
Correct.
Tad sweet.
How did you cook the apple?
Water and sugar in the pan.
There's something else in there. Tastes like butane or something.
It's butane. Trick for young players, I guess.
Horrid.
When it got unceremoniously dropped on the side of my plate after being rolled around, you know, one of Australia's finest food critics' mouths.
Yeah, no, that's horrid.
Yep. It's pretty disheartening, and I just thought I've worked so hard so far, I'm exhausted, and I felt I may have failed another challenge, and this was the big one. Thank you.
I am supposed to make the dish that I would put on a future restaurant menu.
So, Aaron, you're going to do something wacky for us?
No, I'm just doing a modern version of coq au vin.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's coq au vin?
Coq au vin is chicken with a mushroom, red wine, reduction sauce.
Instead of presenting it as a stew, it's presented on a plate with a potato puree and...
Yep.
A lot of flavour going on there.
Because normally coq au vin is a very, very rich dish in itself. Lots of red wine.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Cheers, thanks.
Okay.
In the first 15 minutes, I knew I was going to struggle, as I just couldn't get the flavour in the stock going. I'm trying to get the chicken cooking through the stock, and I'm trying to get the flavours there so it's really not water with this subtle stock taste through it. As I'm walking, I'm looking at my dish, and the presentation is probably the best around in the competition.
Tell me what you've cooked.
I've done my modern spin of coq au vin.
Aaron was the most confident in his dish. Well, at least he thought so.
I know straight away that I've fumbled the challenge.
What I admire in you is that you're very creative. It's very pretty. There's a lightness of touch. You're careful with how you think about it, but you say it's a coq au vin. It's not a coq au vin. Yeah. You know, if you read what a coq au vin is, it's a big, rustic, French dish by origin. There's mushrooms, there's bacon. It's a farmer's dish. What you've got is a red wine poached chicken. It's dry.
I understand why they gave me a rollicking, because I overextended myself.
Cooking's about building blocks. You need to build those blocks gently. And sometimes going too far forward, you'll end up with problems like this.
That doesn't deliver, that doesn't deliver, that doesn't deliver, that doesn't deliver. It looks nice, but we don't eat food for looks, yeah? So that's a miss for me.
I just couldn't keep up with the time that was going on, and for that my dish suffered quite badly.
You guys all set up. We're just getting the beef now. All right. Salmon, tuna, and beef. We had eye fillet on our list. We had a beautiful chunk of eye fillet ready to roll. I turned around to go get my tuna because I need to sear my tuna and my salmon. Turned around, it's disappeared. Now, have you got your beef? All right. I'm starting to tear the place apart, looking high and low for my beef. I need my beef.
It's not there.
I know, someone's picked it up and I thought I saw it over here. I see over in the corner the red team huddle being shown how to do their beef. I had my station set, mate. Give it back. Now, I accused them of nicking my beef, which probably wasn't the smartest thing because it's 4-1 and Trev's standing there going, it's not your beef. I'm like, yeah, sweet, no worries, dude. So I go looking for more meat because we can't do this without it. Excuse me, Sam. Chef, could I have Sam, please? Yes. I think our beef has been removed from here because I haven't touched it.
Okay, guys, you got 5 minutes. You know that, don't you?
Thank you. Please go and help Brent look for his beef fillet. Julia, if you can't find it in the next 5 minutes...
Take it off the menu. Have any of you guys seen our beef? No.
Your what?
Beef, no. Sammy, beef is off the menu.
Beef's off the menu?
Yep.
Julia, can you please go to speak to Lucas and Josh?
And tell them that, yep. Yep.
I feel responsible for the beef goes missing because, you know, I'm responsible for the whole performance of the team.
Beef's off the menu?
Has to be.
Why is that? What happened?
We have misplaced our beef fillet.
Okay.
So
you don't know where it's gone?
Got no idea where it's gone. I know it was on our tray when we brought it downstairs. You know, in a situation like this, if you haven't got it, you can't serve it to the customer. Don't even offer it to them. Time for service was about to come up, so put our trust in one another to deliver and win. There's a bigger prize than a piece of missing beef.
Was the food getting up on time?
We did run out of a few things and we coped with what we had, so...
There was a problem, there was a saga with beef. What happened?
Yeah, our beef went missing.
Went missing. Does anyone know about this beef saga?
I'm stepping up to this because I actually took the beef. I didn't steal it, and I completely accept that.
Did you know it was their beef?
I had no idea it was their beef.
Who was in charge of the beef dish?
It was Brent.
Brent was in charge of the beef?
I've carried the tray down, yes.
This is your dish. You'd been delegated responsibility for the beef?
It was part of his station, yeah.
Don't cover up your team. You're just covering them up, right? So he's responsible. You're going into a service, you need the food.
Please reveal.
Yeah, that's all, folks.
So I haven't really cooked game before, so I can't wait.
I've never cooked a rabbit before, but I also know that most people haven't.
Now, Chris had 5 minutes in the pantry. You will have 1 minute each.
Oh! I cannot see how I'm going to go in there and come out with anything other than the rabbit in 1 minute.
Sam, your turn in the pantry.
Most of what I needed was veggies, garlic, onion, tomato, basil, that sort of stuff, Italian flavours. Oh, come on.
OK, Sam, time's up.
Oh, that sucks.
1 minute in there is not enough time to find what you're looking for. I got 6 ingredients and I really, really needed 10.
Everything's changed around. I couldn't see anything.
Where's the garlic?
Eggs. Halfway through, I didn't even have one ingredient on my platter.
I am just trying to remember every core piece of what I was on about and still keep the abundance of food together. So I was just grabbing produce left, right and centre.
Jenny, your time's up.
Coming.
Jenny.
Coming.
The dish I decided to make is leg of rabbit with citrus caramelised leek and balsamic reduction. Back in the Renaissance period, a lot of dishes were rich and using citrus.
You're ahead of time. You don't need any more time?
No.
OK.
Keep you intrigued. I butchered the rabbit quite quickly, chopped off all the legs, deboned the carcass and pulled everything out.
I was worried about you because you didn't take many ingredients out of the pantry.
I wanted to keep it really, really simple.
Yeah.
Like, I just want maybe 4 things on the plate, all complementing each other.
Are you using all parts of the rabbit?
No, I only want to use the 2 front legs.
Which is the most tender part of the rabbit?
It's up the top, underneath the breast.
The front legs work the hardest.
Hence a bit tougher.
Oh, maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
Lots of other bits of rabbit there. You might want to have a think about that. Linda, what are you doing there? You're making some sort of tomato
I'm
puree?
tomatoes. I'm going to make a tomato foam. It's an inventive challenge. That's what you're meant to do, invent something that you've never made before. It's going to be a very refreshing thing to the rabbit.
You're going to roast, you're going to fry, you're going to...
I'm going to make most likely a terrine or something along those lines.
What is Linda doing?
Head tomato and basil, great flavours, but can I tell you, I'm a bit concerned.
She said
about
actually to me, she said tomato foam.
Yeah.
And what she's done is a creamy tomato mousse. Well, what's in there now?
We have rabbit, kidneys, rabbit liver. It didn't have all the ingredients of a terrine.
I don't understand where you're going with it. How are you going to...
I'm working on that at the moment.
Right. OK, so we'll come back and find out.
Aaron, please come forward.
It's exceptionally important I stay out of the bottom 3. I was in the bottom on the chicken challenge. In fact, I lost the chicken challenge.
What have you done?
Leg of rabbit with citrus caramelised leek and a balsamic reduction.
Nothing wrong with putting 3 ingredients on the plate, but they've got to be smashing. The leg is well overcooked. I can't taste any orange. All I can taste is burnt bits.
OK.
A 5-year-old could cook better than that.
There is no way on the planet I'm going to be in the top 3.
We have a trancha of rabbit with pesto crumbs and a tomato foam.
Congratulations on achieving what I think you've set out to achieve, which is to deliver something that does look like a dessert. It's very big within Europe. For the joke to really work, it has to taste delicious. That doesn't quite achieve that.
That is horrible.
When someone mentions that your food is horrible, you definitely know you're in the bottom 3.
Michelle.
Yes.
You did want mushrooms, didn't you?
Well, I thought it's a change for me.
So what are you cooking for us?
So I'm just doing marinated tofu with shiitake mushroom.
Yep.
With some ginger rice and braised bok choy.
All right, best of luck. Thank you.
When they come to my station, they nod their head and they walk off. I hope they're enjoying the flavours, I don't like no comment, I'd prefer something.
Okay, Kate, tell us what you're cooking and why.
Stir-fried mushrooms with vegetables and rice noodles.
And what sauces did you pick?
I've got soy sauce and oyster sauce.
Familiar with those? No.
I don't eat Chinese food.
You don't eat Chinese food?
I don't.
Everybody eats Chinese food. So do you cook Chinese food at all for anybody?
No.
You don't?
I've cooked Thai before. I don't cook Chinese.
Yeah, you can't rely on those desserts all the time, you know that. Good.
I'm really worried about being in the bottom three today. This is definitely outside of my comfort zone, and I think that there's probably a lot more people here that understand these flavours better than I do today, so I'm seriously worried at the moment.
OK, guys, you've got 30 minutes to go.
Half an hour left to go. I'm contemplating just doing a different dish because this is not good.
Right, Sam.
Yes.
Tell us what you're cooking.
Rice paper rolls served two ways. There's fresh rice paper rolls, which have bamboo shoot, carrot, spring onion, tofu, and shiitake mushrooms. And then I'm also going with the same mixture. I'm going to deep fry them as well. So you're going to get the fresh way and then the cooked way.
Any sort of dipping sauce or anything that
Yes, you're going to just get a ginger, sesame oil, and dark soy dipping sauce.
OK. All right. Best of luck, Sam.
Thanks. I think I might have chosen the wrong dish.
It's a tasty dish. I've made it as pretty as possible. I hope it's enough for the judges today.
Tell me what you've got.
Marinated tofu with a duo of mushrooms, baby bok choy, and ginger rice.
I'm disappointed in the presentation. I don't like, Pac-Man made out of slices of ginger.
Food should fall on the plate like autumn leaves, like, God dropped them down there. They weren't manufacturally placed on there, that they look like, they've come off a conveyor belt.
Looking at this dish, the first thing I see is these huge, great chunks of mushrooms, which aren't particularly attractive in terms of making you want to eat it. If you want to stay here, you've got to do more than that.
I wouldn't say I'm dreading the moment. I'm preparing myself for their criticism.
What is the dish? Tell me what it is.
Shiitake mushroom and tofu rice paper rolls with a ginger, soy, and sesame oil sauce.
When you first bring the dish up, it looks nice. It looks nice and fresh, but there's nothing in there that makes me want to go for a second bite. And that is not one of those dipping sauces that you want to keep dunking back into. And it has to be at this stage of the competition.
Sam, an hour to make these?
You've got some talent, and that's a shocking dish. When you get a really, really gooey bit, where the rice paper's got all gelatinous and claggy, yeah, now there's a lot of that there, and the tofu doesn't help, because that's got the same gelatinous clagginess.
All right.
I reckon you're probably in amongst the worst dishes I've tried today with that.
Walked away from that thinking, I've taken a massive step backwards in this competition.
The next dish to be tasted belongs to Kate.
What's the dish?
Stir-fried mushrooms with Chinese broccoli and water chestnuts with rice noodles.
tell you straight, I think it's crap. You've taken beautiful mushrooms and spoiled them.
What does food mean to you?
I just gave up my 4th year of law school to come here, so...
Look at the dish, go back to your station, taste it, work out what you would have done better, and tonight, go home and read every Chinese cookbook you can to get an understanding of what those flavours are.
I've never been told in my life that anything I've done before is crap. I've never felt like so much of a failure in my life than I did at that point.